Hello, everyone. Welcome to this live webinar. Welcome to Writing Without Writing webinar. It's so amazing to have you on this webinar. And in this webinar, we're going to be learning how to write without writing, meaning how you can generate original content using artificial intelligence for your articles, for your content, for your products, for whatever it is that you want to use your write up for. So if you are joining us, can you just drop some emoji and your name and where you're joining from? Let's see the excitement. If you are live with us, if you are with us, let's see the excitement. Like just drop your name, drop where you're joining us from. I can see Alagba Chibuna, I can see David Sotout, I can see Peter Odo, I can see Gunsmart, I can see Theodora Ezuma, I can see Victory Martins, I can see Andrew Edugbeke, I can see a lot of people. So let's know where you're joining us from. Let's know where you're joining us from. Your name and where and your location. Let's see your name and your location. Okay, your name and your location. Okay, we have Glory from Oshogbo. We have Glory from Oshogbo. We have Jemmy, you're from Shokoto. We have George from Abuja. We have Peter from Delta State. That's amazing. That's amazing. It's so awesome to have you all. Abdul Samad from Shokoto, Ebilabo. I hope I'm pronouncing your names well. All right, Ebilabo from Lagos, from Bayelsa. Sorry, from Bayelsa State. Jane from Lagos. Ibukun from Ibadan. You guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. Junior Ferdinand from Lagos. Glory from Oshogbo. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Farouk from Lagos. You guys are amazing. And it's wonderful to have you all on this webinar. Clement from Kaduna, my namesake. You're welcome. All right. Angeline from, wow, that is looking like, is that Ibadan or it's looking like Abidjan from Cotonou. Well, I'm not sure, so I'm guessing that's Ibadan. All right, you can correct me, okay? Adekola from Oyo State, Labib from Ogun State. You all are amazing. You all are amazing. You all are amazing. Profitable man from Ibadan. Awesome. You guys are amazing, and I'm super excited. Like for real, I'm so excited. We are having this webinar, Writing Without Writing webinar. Philip from Port Harcourt, I cite you. All right, Writing Without Writing webinar. Our guest is ready for us. Abraham is ready for us. He's ready to give us so much value. Emmanuel from Ibadan, you're welcome. Abraham is ready to give us so much value. And I believe every one of us here, we are all ready to learn. We are with our writing materials. We are with our pen, our notepad, and we are ready to learn from tonight. So in a moment, I'm going to be having Abraham join me on stage. Abdul Hamid from Meduguri, welcome. I'm going to have Abraham join me on stage in a moment. Abraham, I believe you are ready for us. And you need to keep up the excitement because Retexta, trust me, what Retexta is doing in the African landscape is a revolution. We are bringing artificial intelligence home. Like we are coming up with our own indigenous artificial intelligence. That is amazing, super amazing. All right, so celebrate yourself. Can I see some excitement with your emoji? Just drop some emoji. McDonald from Lagos, drop some emoji. Let's see some excitement tonight. Let's see some excitement tonight. All right, so Abraham is ready. I'll be having Abraham with me on stage right now. You're welcome, Abraham. It's so good to see you. It's so good to have the founder of Retexta with us tonight as the first webinar we are having in Retexta. And this webinar is going to be writing without writing. And the goal is to help you and to show you how you can generate original. See, the emphasis is on original. Emphasis on original content using artificial intelligence. Okay, so we are having Abraham right here. Abraham, can you just introduce yourself, say something, let's hear your voice. Let's know you are here with us, not an artificial intelligence.
Okay, thank you very much. Can you hear me, please?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, my name is Aijina Abraham, the founder of Retexta and the creator of Amazon KDP for smartphone that will soon become Stellar Publishing Guide. So I'm a usual Nigerian. I'm a student in my final year, final semester. By the grace of God, by January, I should be done with my undergraduate studies and will be a graduate. So I'm glad to be here, and I have come to share what I know would help a lot of people here if they pay attention. Thank you.
You're welcome once again, Abraham. It's so good to see what you are doing, and it's so amazing to see how you are helping a lot of Nigerian youth, especially with the Amazon KDP course. I want to believe many of us here, you must have heard of Abraham before. You must have either seen him on Twitter, you must have either bought his course or heard about his course, or you are even using his course. All right. So he has done a lot of things, a lot of amazing things in the KDP landscape. And I want him to just give us a quick background on how it got started. And I believe he has a lot of amazing things to share with us tonight. So I want, yes, like Clement said, the boss himself. I want the boss himself to take us on this ride, okay, about what we are here to learn, writing without writing, how to generate original content, and how to generate original content using artificial intelligence. So, can we share the slides now? Are you ready to go live with the slides now? Can I see your excitement in the comment section, everyone? Just drop emoji, drop what you are here to learn for, because we are here to learn a lot. All right, so we are live. Abraham, you have the floor.
Okay, good evening. Sorry, if you can hear me, please let me know. I had my mic muted. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Sorry, I wanted to get a confirmation. So, once again, you're welcome to the Writing Without Writing webinar, how to generate content, original content. Yeah. In our world today, we are lucky to be in that generation. Artificial intelligence has gone beyond miles. Artificial intelligence is not something new. It has always been there. From the traffic lights you see on the road to the ATM machines you see out there. Almost everything you see controlling our lives, they are all intelligent and artificial. Something that's done by human. And in this our generation, in this our time, we have seen the farthest part AI has got to, where it can assume consciousness and think for itself. So in this webinar, I want to be showing you some tips. I'll be telling you a lot of stories too. So just pay good attention. And I hope every part I speak touches a part that you want to address onto. So in this webinar, I'll be going through my agenda. It's not going to be long. It's not going to be long. I want to make sure everything is short and straight to the point. So first, we're going through my journey in the world of profitable writing. I know majority of you here, you're either writers, publishers, social media content creators, but you just work with text. That is my focus. You work with text. So I'm going to be telling you how I moved from $0 in 2021 to over $5,000 using writing, profitable writing. Number two, I'll be telling you about artificial intelligence in writing, the importance of using the right tools. Now, artificial intelligence, there are tools out there, a lot of tools. In fact, you can't finish naming all artificial intelligence tools that are available. The thing is, when you get the right tools, your work becomes better. When you get the wrong tools, you get into a lot of troubles. I will tell you a story about mine where I used the wrong tool and it led me in some big trouble. Then number three, talking about why I started using Retexta. Now I am the founder of Retexta, and before I created Retexta, there were things I already started doing that were the model Retexta followed when it was being produced, because I saw that most tools out there couldn't offer me these things. And I'll be showing you those things in this webinar live. And then finally, I'm taking you through a step-by-step process on how you can create content with the help of Retexta like a pro. Without wasting much time, without too much talk, let me take you through my journey. Now, in 2017, that's where it began. I was just a secondary school graduate with no income. In fact, I normally stay at home Monday to Sundays, trek to church, and come back. So there's nothing for me to spend money on except food, and my parents provide that for me. So it was just a normal life, but the struggle was real. Lived in a compound, it's my family, and I always wish life would be better. I always wish life would be better. But it got to the stage too where I started making decisions to make money online. I started the decision. I remember when I first wanted to start working somewhere, my dad didn't agree. He was like, he wouldn't like me to work at that place. And I was persistent. With the help of my mom, I got on that place and I went behind his back. I didn't tell him I'm going there. I just went behind his back and started working. He was not happy at first, but later he allowed me to do the job. It was a physical work where I sold agrochemicals. Now, while doing that job, it was still not enough for me because the income I was getting was not equal to the work I was giving out in my own view. And it was not even catering for myself, talking more of my family. I started looking for ways to make money online. I joined many crypto schemes. I remember I had a Luno account. They boosted 7,000 naira inside. And when I checked one day, hoping to see increase, I saw my Bitcoin was at 3,000 naira. I was like, God, I was almost sick withdrawing 3,000 naira from Luno. I started playing bets. I played bets on my secondary school days, but I stopped when I finished graduated. But I resumed betting again because I was looking for a way to boost my income. Now that I had a small job I was doing, my hope was if I use that job I'm doing to fund my betting, I might make it one day in betting. Well, I betted and betted and betted, or I bet and bet and bet, and I only made 700 naira in all my betting career, in all my betting life. The amount I wasted in it. So betting failed. I did Ponzi schemes. Yes, there were Ponzi schemes I knew of. Wazobia, maybe any of you might know it. I invested in Wazobia and I almost died of heart attack as a small boy. But I was lucky to come out with something. But all these business models, we are not sustainable. They were not something that I could hold. They are not tangible. So my search kept on. My search kept on. And I got to stage 4, where I discovered affiliate marketing. Yes, I discovered affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing in June 2021. I started affiliate marketing on the 1st of June 2021. And well, affiliate marketing was not easy. That's the truth. It was not easy because I was coming into a new world. There were things I've never heard in my life. And an example is affiliate marketing. I never heard it in my life until it got to that period of time. So when I started affiliate marketing, it was not easy. But along the way, affiliate marketing now brought me to what I am today. From affiliate marketing, I discovered Amazon KDP. And that was when the bulb flipped. I pursued Amazon KDP, published my book, published a lot of books, started recommending courses of other tutors to people that wanted to get interested in Amazon KDP. And from there, I built my own academy where I tutor people on how to um, publish on Amazon and earn money. And today, I've made over 9 figures from online business in general. All my online business, be it YouTube content creation, be it Amazon KDP, affiliate marketing, I have made over 9 figures. But from writing, which is my KDP journey, I've made over $5,000 from just writing alone. I've not been consistent because of school, but with $5,000 and that level of work I've put into it, I can say I'm really, really satisfied with it compared to my past life. You can see me here, it was me 2021. It was how I looked like. I was dark because there was stress. I was stressed up with life. I was working my heart off. But you can see me in 2023, and by the grace of God, I hope to get better than this. I really, really hope to get better than this with time. So we've got into the agenda too. But before I continue, I'd like to know, can you still hear me? Host, am I still being heard?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, thank you very much. So artificial intelligence, the importance of using the right tools. Now, artificial intelligence is the body of algorithms. Now, what's algorithms? These are set of rules to solving a problem. Set of rules to solving a problem. When you want to pick, let's say you want a computer to pick object A and put it in location B. Now, the set of rules you give that computer is what is called algorithm. So these are designed to perform tasks that would normally require human intelligence. You need human intelligence to write a story. You need human intelligence to write a book, to write social media posts, to translate something. That's human intelligence. But when you give this work to computer, to yes, computer, that's artificial intelligence. It's now not done by you. The algorithm will handle everything depending on the rules that we programmed into it. But with the modern way artificial intelligence is, it has been taught to think for itself. It can think, it can learn from what's happening around it. Back then, most computers were giggle, garbage in, garbage out. What you put in is what you get out. But nowadays, computers can now think for themselves and reply you based on the responses so far. Now, from spell checkers, most of you, the first AI you came across was spell checkers, but you never knew it was an AI. When you are typing on your small phone and you get recommended that this is a wrong text, correct it to this. To chat bots you find on different websites when you want to order or complain for something. These are different artificial intelligence that have existed over time. And AI has gradually become integrated into the writing process. Today I've heard of AIs that can write books from scratch. I've heard of AIs that can design book covers. I've heard of AIs that can create pictures, create videos, create music. AI has gradually become integrated into our daily life. And as someone who writes, whether you're a blogger, you write books, you create social media content, whatever you do, so long as you write something, giving your audience quality should be a priority for you. That's one thing I want to take if you forget anything in this space. Giving your audience quality is something you should make a priority. You shouldn't just rush to create crappy content on social media, create crappy content in your books, or make your blog content to be poor, it's going to affect you in the end. Now, I'll tell you a short story on how an AI tool cost me as a writer. I won't mention the tool name for, let's say, integrity sake, but that was when I was starting my KDP journey. So there was this tool I used to paraphrase. I was working on a content that dealt with news. So I got a news post and I paraphrased the news. And there was a name in that news. It was Fiona Hill. You are surprised how I remember because this happened 2 years ago. But I remember the details vividly. The name was Fiona Hill. And when I paraphrased that news, the paraphraser changed hill to mountain. And I didn't know. So when I was editing my book, I saw mountain. I was like, mountain. I read the sentiment. I was like, where did mountain come from? Then when I read and I found out that everywhere that Fiona Hill was mentioned, it was changed to Fiona Mountain. Fiona Mountain. I was crazy. I didn't edited and I missed some because text were bulky. I missed some that I never knew all the shortcuts for automatically changing multiple words at once. So I was testing it manually. And when I published my book, I received a bad review by someone saying this book is just crap, compile information, poor editing, that I should hire an editor. And I was like, then what have I done? I unpublished the book, I republished, but it's all that I think Amazon was not happy with the poor customer review I received and terminated my account. My account was closed with relatives of getting to $1,000. It was closed with that. That's my first KDP account. It went with the realities. So that's why I'm here to inculcate this habit into you that in your search for profitable writing, your search to make money as a ghostwriter, KDP publisher, social media content creator, do not sacrifice quality for anything. Do not sacrifice quality work for anything. Now, a good AI tool should do the following for you. A good AI tool when it comes to writing should reduce your errors and make you more accurate. Now, I didn't say remove errors because in as much as AI try to be 100% correct, there is no artificial intelligence that will give you 100% correctness 100% of the time. That sometimes they are bound to make mistakes if they don't understand your commands very well, stuff like that. So they should help you reduce errors to the minimum. AI should help you reduce errors and make you more accurate when you're trying to pass across a message through your writing. Number two, a good AI tool should fasten your writing process. A good AI tool should fasten your writing process. There is no need of using an AI tool if you spend the same amount of time you usually spend writing manually and you're still using the same amount of time using AI tool. AI tool is there to fasten your work. The work that manual editors will do in days, in weeks, AI can do it for you in seconds, in minutes, and even in hours. Now, AI should develop your creativity. A good AI tool should develop your creativity. Now, this is contrary to popular opinion because many people believe that AI has come to kill creativity. I heard that a lot on Twitter from copywriters. I feel like AI will kill a lot of creativity in you to make you not creative because all you'll be saying is AI, AI. Now that is false because it depends on how you use the AI. AI should not come to replace you. AI should not come to replace you as a writer. It should not come to replace you as a copywriter, as a ghostwriter. No, it should be there to assist you. It should be there to assist you. So if you are in that school of thought that plans to just take all the work you have and dump it on the head of the AI really feel you will hardly create quality content. You might create correct grammar content, content that have correct grammar, content that follow good syntax. But when it comes to quality, grammar is not just quality. Quality is not all about grammar, all about correctness of the statement. It's about what you put out. So, in as much as you're trying to use AI to get faster to develop yourself, do not replace your thinking with AI. No, AI should be an assistant. AI should be an assistant. Now, finally, a good AI tool should improve your work quality, which can bring rewards like money. If you're a KDP publisher or a ghostwriter, when you create quality work, you get more money. I'm going to show you how that has helped me in KDP. How good AI tools have helped me in KDP. Bring you more followers. If you're a good content writer that writes good content, with AI, you can improve the quality of your content and get more followers. If you're a blogger, you can get more readers and you can even get more fans. So AI is very, very good, provided you use it right. AI is very, very good, provided you use it right. I hope we are staying in this class. Now, why Retexta? Why should you use Retexta? Why did I have this plan to create a texter? Number one, the editor is simple. It's straightforward to use. It doesn't require any coding process. You don't have to start looking for keys. Everything is spelled out there for you to just paste one click, know what you want to do next, and that's good. Now, accurate. The texter has high accuracy. Remember when I told you about the story of the paraphrase I used that changed my words and ignored what I was trying to say in the context of my text. The texter doesn't do that. When you paraphrase the texter, it keeps the meaning of your text, even though it might change words, alter sentence structures, remove useless words, and put better words. It doesn't remove the meaning of your work. It doesn't remove the meaning of your work. That's one thing about the texter. The accuracy is higher compared to many I've seen. It's humane. Responses do not sound like artificial intelligence. Um, nowadays, like for those that publish on Amazon, there's all these policies coming out, all these rules, all this news about how sorry, about how Amazon is clamping down against AI generated content and so on. And people begin to ask me, so if I use the text to paraphrase, hope my account will not get terminated. Now I usually tell them when it comes to Amazon termination, your account might not be terminated for this reason, can be closed for another reason. When it comes to the use of Retexta, our AI algorithm, when it comes to paraphrasing, generating text, has been trained with the right commands to give text that behave and sound more like human. I would have loved to do comparisons with other artificial intelligence out there, but for the sake of integrity, like I've always said, I want to bring down any artificial tool because I know the work it takes to create a tool, no matter how small it is. I know what it takes, the investment it takes to create it. So I won't bring down any tool, but I can say it anywhere that the textile responses are far more humane than many AI tools I've seen out there. I can see this when I made a tweet on Twitter one time. Okay, now X. I made a post on X, and I was like, there is no paraphraser that's as close to sounding human as a texter. None comes first, nor second. And I was not joking. Yeah, I don't know if you can see the text on my screen. This was the screenshot from work I was doing. So I put this prompt here. This was the text I put here. I was writing a cookbook, so I got the instruction. I wanted to paraphrase it. I wanted to write instructions in better words. So I put my text here, position rack in the middle oven, preheat oven to 250 degrees Fahrenheit or 121 degrees Celsius, have a rimmed half sheet pan ready. And now this was the output. Now, if you read it, you will see that you might not even know that it was rewritten. You might feel like this is the same thing. But when you look closely, you'll see the changes that happen. You're going to see the changes that happen. So one thing about the textile is it tries its best to, even when it comes to the paraphrasing side, it tries its best to make your work get written in a new way. And if it sees that it cannot change your work from what it has been written, it wouldn't do all those forceful changes. Now, some paraphrasers will change synonyms, just synonyms. For instance, a word like a middle might be changed to center. And now, in this context, center might not serve well. Now, the texter is able to analyze that and feel like using center in this statement, even though center is the opposite of middle, it won't serve well in this statement. It's not going to change that. So that's one thing about the texter. It's very, very, I would say, closely accurate to human speech conversations. It understands how human conversate and tries to mirror that in its dealings. Continue on why you should use the texter all in one. Now, the texter brings all your writing needs to the tip of your fingers. I've seen a lot of AI tools that are dedicated to one specific task. Some AI tools are just for grammar checking, some are just for paraphrasing, some are just for checking plagiarism, some are just for summarizing. They are just for one thing. But in the texter, we have all in one. As a writer, the five basic things you mostly need in your writing career, the texter is there to do it for you. The texter is there to do it for you. And also, the texter is affordable. Texter is affordable. When I was creating the texter, I had one problem. I was like, for a texter to keep running, it can't be free. But if I focus on making it not free and then make it so expensive, it's going to lose the value. The texter was not made to make profit. It was made to help my fellow students in the KDP publishing business. If I was going to KDP publishing today, I might not have created the texter. Let me just be factual with you. But because I was to KDP, I knew the struggles students face, I have faced, and people that publish together with me have faced creating content, editing their content. And I was like, okay, let's bring something local to Nigeria, something that we can enjoy and not have all those foreign limitations. Now I'm moving to the I say final steps of my slide, how to write like a pro with the help of the texter. I told you this class is going to be very, very short. I call it the class. Well, this webinar is be very, very short because I just want to give you the main thing so you can get working ASAP. So you can get working ASAP. But before I continue, I would like to ask again, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Host, please. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We are enjoying your presentation.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I don't know if there's any questions before I continue. Is it wrong to the
Yeah,
question?
I would address the questions. We will get to the question and answer section when you're done.
Okay,
So if you
okay.
have
I'm
questions,
almost done.
please type in the comment section.
Okay, I'm almost done. This is the last slide, last piece of slide. So how to write like a pro with Retexta. I would have done a live presentation where I go through the process, but to save us time, I don't want all the times. Maybe my network starts glitching. I'm in Nigeria. I'm not in the US. I've not bought Starlink yet, so I would just like to play it safe. So I did a snapshot of different things that I use Retexta for while creating this slide. So first, you have to sign up on Retexta. Just go to the link Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTPS, retexta.ai. Just click on that link. You see a blog post. You're free to read. If you don't want to read, just scroll and log in, sign up, put in your details, your name, email address. That's all we require. And then you sign up. Then you receive a link, your email address. Click on that link to verify your account for security purpose. Once you're done, you can then log in to Retexta. Now, you can use the texter to generate your content. The first step of a writer is the content he wants to work on. Let's say you have already written a story, you have written a blog, you have written social media content, but you want to edit it. Now, tester can help you. But let's say you don't even know what to write, but you have an idea you want to bring out. The texter can still assist you about that. So let me show you some things I did with the texter today. Now, let's say I'm a social media content creator and I'm contacted by an agency to help them create a 7 day social media campaign for AIDS awareness. AIDS awareness. So I just told the tester, create a 7 day social media content on AIDS awareness. And you can see day one, today is World AIDS Day. Let's take a moment to remember those who have been affected by AIDS and to raise awareness about the importance of prevention and treatment. What is the hashtag? Hashtag AIDS awareness. And these are posts for Twitter mostly because they are short form content. Now you can just come to the next time with this, you've already gotten enough content to brainstorm. You can choose to edit, choose to tweak it how you like, but this is a step towards the right direction. I also modified the prompt and I said, create a 7 day social media content on AIDS awareness. Now, I added this focus on other means AIDS is spread apart from sex. And you can see it did that. It said, do you know that AIDS can be spread through blood transfusion, sharing needles, and from mother to child during pregnancy, labor, delivery, or breastfeeding? Now, this is me prompting the AI, giving it a command. Just write this for me, and it's going to create content. You can see day 4. HIV is not spread through air, water, or by insects. These are it can depend on your company's campaign, social media creator. Maybe they say this week want to enlighten people about what does not cause AIDS. And now, a social media content creator, you don't have to go and start doing tons of research, browsing on Google, checking textbooks, checking journals online to see what causes AIDS and not. The expert can help you do that in 5 seconds. I also said, okay, away from social media content creation. Let's say I'm writing a travel guide as a KDP publisher, or I own a travel agency, stuff like that, travel. Then I can say, write down an itinerary for a 3 day vacation to France. Avoid water activities. Now, all these things you see me doing here, they are called prompts. Now, if I write down an itinerary for a 3 day vacation to France and I stop there, it can give me vacation, can give me things to do in France that might involve going through swimming in water, swimming in lakes, going to ocean dives, and so on. But I told it avoid water activities. It might be that the person that needs this content, he's afraid of water. So things like this can make your content more refined and can make you give out quality content. You can see it said day one arrive in Paris. Now itinerary is just like a step by step, let's say process of activities someone can carry out, especially in travels. When you want to travel and say travel itinerary, that's people that plan how you travel, what you do when you travel. So you can arrive in Paris, visit the Eiffel Tower, explore the Louvre Museum, take a stroll along the. So these are just things that Retexta recommended. And also, if you're a student, I'm in my final year and I'm working on my project. Yes, my project has been a lot of stress, honestly. Sometimes I wish I can just get done with it and just rest. But I've been working with my project, and the Texter has been working a lot too. Texter has been working. And this was a prompt when you're if you're I don't know about your school, but in my school, they use the APA style for referencing. APA style. That's the style based for referencing. They don't use any other style for referencing. And sometimes you get overwhelmed. They have taught us, yes, but you might forget the rules or you're not sure because some books will not have links, some will have links, some journals will not have DOI and so on and so forth. If you're a student, you might understand this if you're in UG4, if you have graduated already. So, but with the texter, I can just say write the APA style reference of the book using the following information. study. This is the title. Study and use of rice socks. This is the title. This is the date. This is the material number. That's the page number and the volume number. This is the DOI. These are the authors of the book. And you can see the texter's response, giving me that reference in APA standard. This is how APA citations go through the first name, the last the initials of all the authors, the date, title, the title of the book or journal, wherever you got it from, then the page and volume number, and so on. You can see Retexta helped me to do that in split seconds. I didn't have to start going through every information to make sure I am correct. I'm sorry, I don't know what's stopping my slide. A moment, please. A moment, okay. I think my slide is having issues. Just give me a moment to refresh the page. It happens sometimes.
No problem, no problem. And when you're done, we have a couple of questions here. So I want to just say that if you are listening to us right now, make sure you subscribe to our channel. Just hit the subscribe button, and you can turn on your notification as well. And also, if you have questions, please drop your questions in the comment section. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just had to. People asked me for the link to the webinar, so let me share it on my status. Though they are somewhat late, somewhat late. So I'm sorry for the break in transmission. I don't know what happened to my slides. I prepared my slides using Canva. So back then I came and let's say I'm doing a travel guide, or I'm having a sorry, I said travel guide. I'm creating a cookbook, or I have a food blog where I write contents of food and recipes. I can just come to the text and say, give me the recipe and preparation instructions for preparing Nigerian jollof rice. And you can see the responses: 2 cups of long grain rice. Those that know how to cook. Me, I'm a guy. Jollof rice is just tomato, pepper, onion, maggi, salt, oil, and rice. Chicken. All this time curry paprika is for people that have money. And you can see instructions. You can see instructions. Heat the oil in a large pan, pot over medium heat. Add the onion, garlic, blah blah blah. And the tester just taught me how to prepare jollof rice. I can use this for my blog, for my child, and for my cookbooks. Sorry, and so many other applications where this myself. And now also the tester has the ability to write for you in different languages. That's one thing that many people don't know about the tester. It's not just about English. We have the accuracy of writing in other languages. For now, the tester majors on 4 languages: English, French, German, and Spanish. So this was me writing this same prompts where I said, give me the recipe and preparation instructions, preparing Nigerian jollof rice. This was me writing the same prompt. I wrote the prompt in English, but got my response in German. So Retexta's text generation doesn't necessarily mean you have to write your text prompts in French or German or Spain to get a reply in that. No, you write your text in English or in the language you prefer. You can write your text in French and then it converts the replies to English. You can just do that by clicking this button when you sit on your text, your content writer area. Just click on this and you see the languages drop down and you select the language you want. So this is the same content back there when a German wants to learn how to prepare jollof rice. This is the recipe and these are the instructions. I hope you are getting all of these things. The Retexta is simple and straightforward to use. There is no too much talk. All those, there's sometimes that somebody mentioned something in my community, how to note AI responses. Now, AI always tells you in conclusion, additionally, furthermore, hence stuff like that. It's mostly done by AIs. But with text, I can see the response I've gotten so far has just been straightforward, no too much talk, no shalaye, just give me my straight talk. And now move to paraphraser, one of the strongest suite of the texter. The most humane paraphraser you can use, I usually say that is the most humane paraphraser you can use. I'm back again with this. Canva, please allow me today. I have people waiting for me to deliver a perfect slide. Don't worry, it will be done shortly. Just give me 2 seconds. 1 and 2. Okay. Don't know what's happening to my slide. Village people. Yeah. So we are back, people. Let me just zoom in for you to see. Yeah, so this is a paraphrasing. Paraphrasing is the writing of a text in another way, maintaining the meaning. We can alter sentence structure, change the grammar, change the words, but you must maintain meaning. That's what a good paraphrasing tool should do. And on my screen here, I have this short text on mental health that I pasted here. This was the original text I got from a blog online. And this was how the texter paraphrased the text too. You can take your time to read through the text. But for the sake of time, I'll just fast track the process. But if you go through the text, you can see that when you read both texts, you find out that the meaning was preserved, even though words were changed, structures were altered, the meaning of the text was preserved, which is something that's very, very crucial, especially to those that publish it on Amazon. Sometimes you get a content that you have your content that's okay, this is what you want to say. But when you use the wrong paraphrasing tool, it changes what you want to say, and then your content becomes misleading. That's why people meet me sometimes and say, "Sir, I paraphrase it XYZ paraphrasing tool," and they terminated my account for misleading content. Now, sometimes it's not because your content was misleading, just that when your paraphraser made work on it, it changed some words, and those words were pivotal to the context and meaning of your general text. And with that, that has been changed. Your content becomes generally misleading, saying something different. But with Retexta, you do not face those problems because it maintains, even though it will require not changing your text at all, it won't change your text so long as your meaning will be jeopardized. Retexta makes sure the meaning of your text is returned to you, even though your text is being rewritten. You can see here, Retexta also has this fast tracking process where from this paraphrasing page, I can automatically summarize my response, check plagiarism for my response, or check the grammar of my response with just one click. I don't have to start copying and pasting, especially for those people that use mobile phones. Phones get overwhelmed sometimes because you copy before you minimize, change browser tab, and so on. Your whole browser just shuts down. But with the text tab, you don't have to fight that part. All you have to do is just to click any of these buttons, and it takes you to that part of the text tab. Also, the text has the ability to paraphrase into other languages. Into other languages. You can see I pasted my text in English here. I paraphrased it. It changed it to French. And to sorry, German. This is German. You can see the four languages here: English, French, Spanish, and German. But before you do that, you must have selected the language. So let's say I paste my text here. I will select the language I want here and then click on paraphrase. So it's going to reply me in the language, altering, rewriting my text in a new language and still preserving my meaning. You can try that on the text and then go to Google Translate and check it on Google Translate. And you see that the meaning was preserved. The meaning was preserved. Let's also have some tones, professional tones, humorous tones, friendly tone, conversational tone. You can use these tones to make your writing appeal to the right audience. Let's say you're writing an academic paper, you are writing a project, a seminar, a report, and you want to just write a text so sharp, but you don't want to write and start sounding like one guy that is a musician. So you can use the professional mode on the texter to make your text sound more professional. More professional. Now, plagiarism. If you're an academic or a creative publisher, you understand the negative impact of plagiarism, whether you did it intentionally or not. We all know that, especially on Amazon, you are losing your account, starts for you, starts coming for you. You are losing that account, losing the royalties, and you cannot open a new account. So plagiarism is one of the strongest things that every writer fights to avoid. And sometimes I know I usually say it. Sometimes you might plagiarize unintentionally. You didn't plan to steal somebody's work, but when you publish your book, you find out that, oh my god, I mistakenly published something that somebody else has published, and Amazon will come for you in the harsh possible. But here's how you can stay safe to text them. Here's how you can stay safe to text them. Now, when it comes to paraphrasing and the plagiarism checker of Retexta, you can see it at the menu, the side menu, the second icon is plagiarism checker. When you come there, or you can just from the paraphrasing page, just click on plagiarism for your text. After you paraphrase, click on plagiarism, and it takes you here. Now just click on check plagiarism. Check plagiarism. Now this text here was the original text I got from the website. This text has not been paraphrased yet. So let's check the plagiarism and let's see. So we can see that the original text has a plagiarism score of 100%. That is, it is 100% plagiarized. You can see the text has showed me the sources of where I got this content from, intentionally or not. Maybe I wrote this from my head, but what I wrote is actually available out there on the net. So you can see the texter was able to show me where my text was coming from. You can see them here. You can go and verify. And it showed me my score in the graphical format that this text is 0% unique and 100% plagiarized. And I can validate that because I got this content from the web directly. But after paraphrasing this content, this same text, after paraphrasing it into this, you can see the response. It became 83% unique and just 17% plagiarized. And that's the power of Retexta. Retexta plagiarism is very, very strong because it searches through millions of articles, millions of journals, millions of blogs online to make sure that your work is not found in any form of plagiarism out there. So that's how good Retexta has saved me when it comes to publishing business. I will show you how far I've come when I started using the right tools in my KDP business. But what I'm trying to tell you is imagine somebody that went ahead to publish something like this and somebody that publish something like this. Now, with 70% plagiarism, I can say you can still make it better. You can still make it better. Some you all you have to do is just look at this link here. You can see maintaining good mental health is essential for leading a fulfilling life. And when I come here, you can see it is my first line. Maintaining good mental health is essential for leading a fulfilling life. I can just remove that line or I rewrite the line in a new way. I rewrite the line in a new way. I can also just choose paraphrase all the content again by clicking this paraphrase button here, and it takes you to the paraphrase page, and I paraphrase the content again. But with the tester plagiarism checker, you cannot go wrong. No plagiarism is going to leave your site. You're going to see them and you make decisions based on your own judgment. Now, summarizer, keep the key parts of your text. Now, sometimes you have text that are bulky. Now, this might not apply to KDP creators. Let's say you're a social media content creator and you just learned how to install Spotify on Samsung iPhone 5. I want to create a content on that for your Twitter. Now, you saw it on the blog. It's very bulky. You cannot just copy all that and put on your Twitter page because of the shorts. If you're not in Twitter Blue, X Premium, let me use that X Premium, you might not be able to put bulky text, but you want to just give people the key part. You can copy all of that and just come to the Retexta summarizer. So the summarizer has two modes, the paragraph mode and the key sentences. You can see in the paragraph mode, when you paste your text, I pasted this text, which was 426 words. There are more text below. This is a screenshot, that's why I can't scroll it. So 426 words. And when I summarized the paragraph, I got 84 words. I got 84 words that gave me the information I needed in that whole bulk of text. Sorry for the glitch. In that whole bulk of text. So that's one thing about text summarizer. Also, we have the key sentences. These key sentences is when you summarize in bullet points. Now, let's say you want to just list that. Let's say you're creating a PowerPoint slide and you have a large article you want to just summarize. You can just summarize the article into straight bullet points like this. Mental health is a state of well-being. You can see straight to the point. To do that, you just have to click on key sentences after pasting your text, and it's going to summarize your text in key sentences. Now, Tester has been a strong part of my KDP business. It has been a very, very strong part, helping me move from numerous account terminations. I told people one time that I've lost up to 8 accounts on Amazon. And somebody was like, I had to screenshot all the emails I've used on Amazon and posted it on Twitter. And that's because I have been through the thick and thin of wrong tools, wrong content, misleading content. I've been through the thick and thin. You can see this was terminated for misleading content. Misleading content that have potential to mislead or defraud our customers. And I did not intentionally choose to mislead customers, for God's sake. I will not intentionally choose to mislead customers. But Amazon wouldn't listen to that. And many other bodies out there, maybe Fiverr, Upwork, ghostwriting services, nobody will listen to you if you made a mistake or not. All they want from you is the right information and the accurate information. That's why Retexta is something you have in your arsenal as a writer. I said I'll show you some results. Now, after the series of terminations, I started KDP in 2021. I've lost over 8 accounts. I am approximating more than 10, but I'll just say 8 for truth's sake, so that tomorrow they'll not come and say you said 10, but it's 8. I'll say 8, but I believe it's more than 8. Now, and with those accounts, I've been losing money. The first account to come, second account, I'll try my best to keep by all the rules I know, but I keep getting terminated. And I was like, what's wrong? So I paused and I started KDP all over again with the help of Retexta. And this is just one book. People that follow me on Twitter, they might have seen this before. This is just one book. This is a book on weight loss. I'll not tell you the name, so I know I'm looking for my book. It's a book on weight loss. Just one book has brought me over $700. $700. That is non-taxed. That's not taxed. So this $700 will be paid to my accounts when it's time. And let's say the rate is close to 1,000 naira today. So this is about close to 700,000 naira from just one book. I was not the account has been there since I think over a year plus now, because so somebody's accounts that I collected and then started using it. So by publishing, I've had this account active since April this year, and there have not been any suspension strike. There have been no termination strike, no warning, nothing. My book is just doing my numbers and I'm making money on Amazon. So if you want to build, let me appeal to the KDP publishers now. I'm sorry if you're not a publisher on KDP, but if you're a KDP publisher, you want to build a sustainable business, you need the right tools. You need the right tools. It's not, let's say, sensible to want to make a lot of money using the wrong tools, because all these tools might cost you your business at the end of the day. I lost a lot on Amazon. There were times my mom even told me, "Do not leave this Amazon something. They are just terminating account and they don't even have pity." But I just kept working, and finally I was able to get things working for me by using the right tools. So that's all for my slide. I want to say thank you for staying to the end. I hope you enjoyed it. So don't think it too much. Just visit retexta.ai and get started now. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. Can I get a round of applause from the comment section, because this was an amazing presentation. This was a powerful presentation, and it's so good to have you give so much value in this call. We have a lot of questions. All right, we have a lot of questions in the comment section, so I'm going to be picking the questions one by one, and you can
Okay.
address the questions as quickly as possible. So the first question here says, "Can we get the slides?" That's a straightforward question.
I think there
Is it
is no.
possible? Do you want to give out the slides? If you don't feel like you want to give out the slide, you can just watch the video again and again, because this video is going to be available on YouTube. And
Okay.
for the sake of that, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you can get more videos like this.
I
All
think they
right.
should
So,
just watch the video again, because the
all
slides
right.
is not it's not it's just PowerPoint, it's just key points. So you need to watch the video to hear what I said to be able to make sense out of everything.
Awesome. All right. So the next question is, what do you have to say about generating content with Retexta? And I think you've answered this, but maybe you have something to say to that.
Well, it depends on what you're actually asking about. Is it that somebody asked me one time, can a tester write a complete book for me? I was like, no. I told the person straight no. And it looks funny now. Some people might be like, why is he saying no? I thought you should say yes now. But one thing about me is I usually tell people the truth. A tester can't write a full book for you, because writing a full book is let's say, a long process. It's not something of 2 pages. Talking about 40 pages, talking about 40,000 words, 50,000 words. And a tester cannot generate 50,000 words for you in one click. But you can use Dexter to improve the quality of your book, which is what I usually do. There are sometimes I want to let's say write an introduction to a chapter in my book. Let's say I'm creating a book on travel guide, and it's like 7 countries you visit when you come to Africa. Country number one, Nigeria. Country number two, Kenya. Number three, Ghana. I can go on the text and go to the generator and say, give me a short overview of Nigeria. I'm writing to a tourist. Give me a short overview on Nigeria, and it's giving that short overview, and can be the introduction of my chapter for Nigeria. I go to Kenya, I do the same thing. I go to now, I can use that short listen to create the introductions for each chapter. Then I go ahead to developing these chapters. Now, sometimes you can also create a book with Dexter by suggesting you can ask Dexter to give you a table of contents for a book you're writing, provide you the title of that book, and give you a table of contents. And you can now pick that table of contents one after the other, and then ask it to develop content on that, on that, on that. And then all you have to do is just to keep refining your text. And you can end up with a book at the end of the day. But in one click, that you just write a book for me on mental health and just click send. And then it just give you your whole book on mental health. The Dexter can't do that. But if you stay patient, can follow it step by step till you develop an entire book using text.
All right, all right. So the next question is, this person is asking that between Retexta and Quillbot, the person actually is deliberately mentioned the name. All right, so this question is a trap, but I think I can.
Voila.
I, okay, if I'm going to answer that on your behalf, I would say that both of them are amazing tools. All right,
Yeah, they're amazing
and
tools. Amazing
you
tools.
have to pick the one that you can relate with. And trust me, Retexta is doing a lot that Quillbot is not doing. All right, I think it's safe to say that, because we have witnesses, we have results, we have testimonies. Retexta is doing a lot that Quillbot is not doing. The difference between Retexta and Quillbot is more popular than Retexta for now. All right, so
Now, yeah.
Retexta is doing more than Quillbot, but you can say something about that as well.
Well, I've said the meat. I don't have much to say. Both tools are actually good. I cannot discourage Quidbot. In fact, when it comes to tools out there, Quidbot was something that always pushed me when we were developing the Texter. I remember telling my team that Quidbot is one of the best tools out there. I want us to create something better than Quidbot. So Quidbot, I cannot deny the fact. I've known bad tools, and Quidbot is not one of them. Just that there are some things that the Texter has that Quidbot doesn't have, and those things give Retexta an added advantage over Quillbots. So for
All
Quillbots
right.
organizers into this you're not fighting, you're not fighting.
All right. So Clement Brown is asking how much to pay to use Retexta.
Is this your second account, Mr. Clement?
That's not me. Oh.
I
That's not me.
was just joking. I know. I remember him at the beginning
All
of
right.
this.
Yeah.
How much should I pay? I say, and when I was in the webinar, I said something about affordability. With Extra, it's not a subscription plan. It's not a contribution plan. It's something that is flexible according to your budget, according to your pocket. Now, the Extra works just the same way. We all have MTN SIMs now. I said MTN SIMs. So we have mobile SIMs, MTN, Airtel, and there is somebody that is loading airtime of 1,000 naira, and that person is borrowing 15 naira airtime. Somebody is loading airtime of 10,000 naira. An organization might just subscribe 1 million naira for their calls. So these are different users with different needs and different capabilities. That's how the Techstars payment comes into play. You can come with 10,000 naira and you start with Techstar and buy credit on Techstar. Can come with as low as 2,000 naira, 3,000 naira, 4,000 naira. It's totally your choice. It depends on what you want to do. We don't want you to just pay money for something. Let's say some of us just want to create book for short period of time or content for short period of time. We don't want you to now buy credits that will just keep there because you can't use them. So if you want to just create a book for now, you can just buy the credit you need for now. When you are done, when next you come back, you buy credit you want to use. And the tester credits do not expire. So long as you have bought them, they'll be there for you as long as you come to use them. So the payment is generally relative. Thank you.
Okay, so you buy credit, you don't subscribe every month, so you don't have to be bothered about deducting your money every month. You only you buy credits when you want to use. You buy the credit. A big shout out to AJ. AJ is encouraging our viewers to subscribe to our channel. So as you're enjoying this webinar, subscribe to the channel. We have there was a time we had 100 people watching live. Now we have 90 more people watching live, but you can subscribe to our channel. All right. Let me look for the next question. So this question is asked. This person is asking. Garuba is asking, how far can I enjoy Retexta for free, and how much does a premium version cost? And I think you just talked about the premium part. That is a credit-based system. So you buy credit for your usage. But how far can I enjoy the free version?
I would say maybe you are somewhat late because since the Textile was launched in June this year, if I'm not mistaken, June this year. Yes, Textile was launched June this year, and ever since that's been free. This is our fourth month or third month. The Textile has always been free, but subsequently in the future now, the Textile is going to go fully paid because I'll be honest with you, the Textile is an AI tool that needs money to run. And in as much as we want to make it affordable, we also don't want it to start today and tomorrow we'll tell you all our extinguished users
Loaded
or
up.
wrapping up because we cannot keep up with expenses. So that's why we need it's a community project. You too want the Techstar to be there so you can contribute to it. But the Techstar will no longer be free. It was free for 4 months, and I think we have a lot of testimonies during that free period. You can
Yeah.
check them on that page.
Yeah, so this is one of the reasons why you should be the early bird. Whenever you see an offer, early bird, be the early bird. For 4 months, people are using it for free, but now you have to buy your credits. So, but trust me, you can buy credits. What's the minimum credits people can buy? I don't think anyone asked that question. What's the minimum credits people that can buy on Retexta?
I have forgotten because we reviewed it. We reviewed it so. But I remember this time it was 2,000 naira. That's the minimum 2,000 naira. But I think we reviewed it. Maybe we made it lower or higher. But I can't say for sure now. But there was a time it was just 2,000 naira. That's the lowest you can buy. But I think we reviewed it. But it's not up to 5,000. It's not 4,000 in my best
So
guess.
let's say about 3,000 naira you can get with Texta to use. So as
Yeah.
low as 5K, the money for pizza, you can use with Texta. All right. This person is asking, that Divine Gift is asking, what are the best prompts to generate a cookbook that brings sales on Amazon KDP? Now, this question is looking like related to a KDP question. Okay, and
Okay, let me answer it for the person.
all
Let me
right.
answer it for the person. Okay. What are the best prompts to generate a cookbook that brings sales in Amazon KDP? Okay, that means you are giving people that are not into Amazon Expo, but that's no problem. Now, one thing is creating a book on Amazon is not about prompt. That's why many of us make mistakes. We always think about the book and not the research process. Have you researched on what to create? Have you gotten the title of the book you want to create, the keywords, the main keyword? Let's say, are you creating, for instance, let's say your cookbook is about um recipes. Now you can say, are you creating recipes for Christmas, recipes for Halloween, recipes for Father's Day? Is it recipes for um rice, recipes for chicken? What are you creating? Have you gotten that first? If you have not gotten that, you cannot go to the texter and just tell it. You can go to the texter now and ask the texter, give me 5 titles of cookbooks that I believe will sell on Amazon. And the texter will give you 5 titles. But the truth is, those titles might not sell because the texter doesn't do the research for you on Amazon. Texter is independent of Amazon. So I advise you, Divine Gift, if I don't know if you are my student, if you have my course, or if you have any course, or if you know Amazon KDP, go and make your research on Amazon. Know the exact kind of book you want to create. After you have known that, then you can come to the texter to get things like table of contents, introduction, recipes, and so on. But if I give an example of a prompt, I can say, write me a short list of 10 recipes, 10 ways to prepare chicken, 10 recipes to prepare chicken. And it gives you those 10 recipes, list them, then pick each recipe and say, give me the recipes and instruction for this dish, for this meal. And the texter will give you the recipe and instruction for that meal. For instance, let's say if you type, give me 10 ways to cook beef, and it gives you suya, kilishi, beef jerky, pepper soup, and so on. You can now pick pepper soup and say, give me the recipe and instruction on how to prepare pepper soup. It's going to give you that. And so you can continue doing that and get the content. But for the books that will sell, first make sure your research is top notch. I hope that answers your questions. And please let it be the last KDP question before we turn this to KDP space.
All right. So a shout out to Eminence. He said he has
Hmm.
asked Retexta to summarize a book for him, and he copied the link of the book from Amazon, and Retexta summarized the book. That's one
Wow,
shout out. That's another testimony for
that's
the
crazy
texter.
actually.
I hope we
I
can
never knew.
screenshot this. I hope we can
Let me
screenshot this
screenshot.
particular
Let me screenshot.
testimony
I have.
and
I'll
use it
screenshot
as well. All right. Let's look for the next question. Okay, profitable man. Another testimony said he has published
it.
a French spaghetti cookbook with Retexta. These are amazing testimonies, guys. These are not cooked up testimonies. These are real people, real results, real users' testimonies. So these are not fables, all right? These are not drama. These are not packaged. These are real testimonies, all right? Someone asked, yes, the answer to this is yes, all right? The answer to this is yes. The next question: why is it that on Retexta you can only paraphrase maximum of 700 words? I hope this will be upgraded soon. Farouk, your question.
Yeah, Farouk, when we created the texter, we wanted to put as many words as possible. In fact, that time the initial cap was, I think, 3,000 words was the minimum, the maximum 3,000 words. But over time, we discovered that we are just a starting company, and then there's something to consider. We had a lot of, in fact, when we launched Texter, we had a lot of users than we imagined. I think now we have about 5,000 people. Am I right? It's like, I don't know. I have about 5,000 people using the Texter. So, and when each of these people, just imagine 5,000 people asking one person a question. You ask a question, person B asks a question, C asks a question. Now, the capacity of that one person is going to get very, very tested. So the reason why we reduce the word count is not to make you not enjoy your texter. It's just to make sure that the texter gives you quality every time. Because if you keep on putting more words, you find out that it might just start giving you. It's an AI tool. AIs can be very funny. Computer is very funny. When computer gets stressed up, I think that's one thing our tech dev usually says. Our CTO, he will say, "Don't mind the texter. He's just getting stressed out." So, thing is, the reason I reduce the words is to ensure that the efficiency is preserved. But like you said, we hope it will be upgraded soon. Of course, we are trying our best. We are working hard behind the scene to make sure this word count is increased. But Pardon with us, we have to use 700 words for now. Thank you.
Daniel is asking that if two persons ask the same question, won't Retexta give the same answer?
Mm, the texter won't give the same answer. We can try it now. Maybe you can give me a prompt from your end and from my end to ask the same question. It's going to give us the same answer. It's going to give us different answers every time we search that same question. That's the funny part. If I write a question now and I come back, me write the question again, it's giving me a different answer. It might give me the same. Now let's understand that some things are factual. For instance, if I ask the texter, how many continents are there in the world? It's 7 continents. Now that's a fact. It cannot give you 8 continents. It cannot give another person 5 continents. Those are factual things. But when it comes to the way it presents the information, it can provide mine in form of a list. You can do yours in form of list and explain. You can do mine in alphabetical order. I can do yours in a random order. But the answers won't be the same. I know where you're asking this question from, in the sense that two of us publish book on Amazon. That's part of the content we receive from Retexta, and then we are feeling like it's the same thing. No, you can't have that issue. Mr. Rike Daniel, if I pronounce your name well. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Chukwebuka. We will continue with the good work. All right.
Thank
Abiodun is asking that now that we have Amazon AI issue, is our account safe when we use Retexta for getting content? I think Amazon came up with a new, and it's the same question with Divine Gift also. So Amazon is coming up with different policies about AI. So is this not going to affect
you.
your
Okay.
account?
Let me just say something I said in my ongoing updates. Like if you are my student here, I updated my course Stellar Publishing Guide. It's not yet out. It will be out shortly, very very shortly. So I made reference to this. Now in the course, I thought that you shouldn't rely on AIs to get 100% of your content. I didn't even teach that. Use since somebody said manual steps, use the manual steps, get your content. Use the text start to improve the quality of your content. Like I said before, if I'm creating a travel guide to 7 countries in Africa, Nigeria, Kenya, Ghana, Cameroon, and so on, I can use the text start to write introductions to these chapters. Introduction to Nigeria. The texter does a short text. The texter does a short introduction for me. I go to the next one. Introduction to Kenya. The texter does a short review for me. I want some of us want to create 100% content using AI. And when you do that, you have to answer Amazon that yes, this book was generated with AI. That's just the only thing you can do. You cannot lie to them. You have to say yes. And if you say yes, whatever decision Amazon takes, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. But for certain purposes, get your content manually. Use the text app to sorry the quality of your content.
Okay. Amina is asking. She said since she has started using Retexta, every other features apart from the paraphraser are not working. I don't know if that is still true because I still use Retexta recently and all the features are working. But can you say something about that? She's asking if it is only going to work when she starts subscribing.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I don't. I think there was a time that the texter had a downtime. We're working to fix it. I think the one that stayed longer was the plagiarism checker. But for the paraphraser, summarizer, text generation, and grammar check, all were working. In fact, the slide I just showed you, they were all done today. I created them this today when I was working on the slide. I typed my prompt and these screenshots and published. So if it was the plagiarism check, that stayed for long, but we have fixed every of our tool on the Texter. And if you find any issue, please do not hesitate to reach out to our support either on Twitter or send us a mail to help you fast track the process. Thank you.
Shout out to everyone who followed up until now. I'm still checking for questions. Okay. Okay, for the paid version, what is the payment option?
Okay, we have 4 options. We have the um I can't remember the actual names, but let me just say we have the lowest option that goes for I think $3.59. If I'm not mistaken, is it $2.59? I'm sorry that I'm not sure the numbers. Please, that's not my strong suit. So I don't want to just call on numbers. But we have 3 major plans. Then we have the custom plan. Now that's the sweet thing about the texter. We have the custom plan where you choose what you want to pay for. We don't want you to be confined by the plans we have. That sometimes someone want to just spend, um, like for instance, let me give an example that we understand very well. You have DSTV, you want to watch football, just football, but you have to now pay for all the subscription, all the channels that you don't want to watch because you just want to watch football. Now that looks like a waste of money on your part. So the researcher tries to avoid things like that. That's why we're not using subscription model. You have a custom plan. Apart from the three primary plans we have, that custom plan can help you buy as many credit as possible and as little credit as possible. Thank you very much.
All right, this is Farouk. Farouk bought 350 credits with 3,000 naira. All right, I think that's awesome. And Joseph is encouraging everybody to subscribe once again. Thank you for this encouragement. So if you have not subscribed, please do well and subscribe as well. How long does the credit last while using it?
I think it's totally dependent on the number of words you work on. Now, I think you have to read that documentation. Retexta works this way. When you buy a credit represents a certain amount of words. I don't just call random number, but a credits represent a certain amount of words. And when you work on that words, it's being deducted from your credit. So let's say, let me give an example, please. I'm saying it here before they quote me somewhere else. It's an example. Now let's say one credit is cost to 1,000 words. This is an example. That's not the text that charges. In fact, it's way, way more than that in different. So let's say one credit is cost to 1,000 words. Now, when you come with a prompt, you say, write me how to prepare so thing. Now, and you paste your prompt, and the tester now gives you a response that is 500 words. That is half of your credit have been used. Now you ask another question, and another 500 words is used. That is your one credit has been used. Now, if you have 10 credits, you can do 520 times. Now, if you want to paraphrase, you put your paraphrasing of 100 words and it's paraphrased, the response you get. Now, the texter calculates the words and then charges your credit. So, the texter works on a credit based system in the sense that each credit represents a number of words. And when you put words into the system, it's going to be deducted from the credit. So, lasting long is totally up to you. If you don't work heavily, if you don't work heavily with words, you're not going to finish your credit on time. But if you're someone that does a lot of books in one day, in 1 week, definitely are going to see effects in your credits.
All right, so I think someone is also asking that how do we buy the credits?
Okay, you can there are different ways to buy credit. You can go to your Retexta account, you see a button add credit. When you click on that button add credit, you're going to get directed to the page, you see everything, and then you can add credit.
Okay, I think you have answered this question. Are you still with us?
Yes, I'm still with us, please. Sorry.
Okay, this person is asking after generating content using Retexta, is there a need to paraphrase before publishing?
Um this is what I get most times. Because the thing is, it's actually, let me just explain the nemesis in this. It's kind of a dilemma. I got content from AI. Now, the reason sometimes why do we paraphrase content is to avoid things like plagiarism, right? And you got this content from AI, from artificial intelligence. You believe there is no what's it called, plagiarism inside because it was not gotten from the web or any other textbook stuff. So if you now publish a book directly like that, I've never done that. So one, I won't say um go ahead and do like that. Follow the normal principle. When you get content, check the plagiarism. No plagiarism, paraphrase it. Just paraphrase. Let me just use that word. Just paraphrase for righteousness sake. Just do it. Don't try to be lazy about things and just say, it's AI that gave me this content. I'll just paraphrase it. Because sometimes, well, with Texas AI doesn't sound like that, but there are some AI that sound like AI, like I said before, sound very well AI. And if you don't paraphrase with a good paraphraser like Texas paraphraser, those texts will be taken to Amazon. Amazon will easily detect that this is AI generated, and whatever punishment or whatever action they next on your account is totally up to them. But like I would say, don't be lazy, just paraphrase.
All right, so answering that, this person asked that does Retexta pass AI detection?
AI detection. This thing is a should I call it? I used to look at it as a scam sometimes. This AI detection thing, and I'm honest with people. I have when the talk of AI detection started coming. I was like, what's happening? Different AI detections flying up and down. You just paste your text and it says this text is 100% generated by human, this generated by AI, 50%. And so I was like, this cannot be correct. This cannot be accurate. And I tested it. I did the content with AI, used a good prompt because sometimes it's about your prompt. I used a good prompt and I got a response and I pasted it in the AI. AI says it's written by human, and I started laughing. This was something I did with AI. Like I did with AI, but you're telling me I did it that it's a human that made it. So that's when I knew that AI detectors are not final says. They are not the hallmark of whether because I can dare you write a content with your head now. Write a 500 word story, paste in an AI detector. It can tell that this is an AI generated text, and you begin to wonder how. And you might generate the content on any AI generation to and paste it and say this is from human. So these things have errors. So when you ask me if content from tester can bypass air detection, I don't know. We don't have air detector in the tester. So this is not something I don't know how air detectors work. And every company, let me say for instance, if Amazon has an air detector, it will work according to their rules. There may be things to check out for like repetition of statements, how statements end, irrelevant text, and so on. So those are things they can use to assess if this text is likely generated by a human or an artificial intelligence. But honestly, I cannot tell you yes or no.
All right. I think Farouk confirmed that 3K is the least price while he was trying to make payments. And Junior is asking the payment method, and I think you've answered that as well. Just go to your Retexta account and click on buy credit, and you see the options there to make your payment. And this is the last question. Thank God. So this person is asking that is there a referral program on Retexta?
Hmm, there was a time somebody suggested this. He was like, we should create an affiliate because many tools out there, many softwares, many SaaS tools, they have affiliate programs where people can, for instance, let me give an example. You have an affiliate link, and anybody that buys credits through affiliate link, you get payments for that. And the link can be recurring in the sense that if that person keeps on buying credit, you keep getting a commission. Now that's good. I won't say it's very, very good. But just that we are starting out and we don't want to fall into the trap where it now becomes like the textile is not no longer a tool but a
Is that
money making
referral?
program. It's now moving around money making products whereby people just want to become athletes on the Texter and then get people to just sign up on the Texter because of their want commissions. We don't want that to happen. We want to be known for what we want to be known for, which is a writing tool. If time comes, we are going to make announcements that there is place for athletes and so on. But for now, the Texter doesn't have any athletes program, no referral program. If anybody meets you now and say blah blah blah, the Texter athlete is a scammer and not from us. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Abraham. I think I want you to say a final word, and we are going to
Okay.
close for tonight. Just a
Okay.
word of advice for everyone that wants to use AI. And thank you Kwakumila for this. Yeah. Um, let's all subscribe and make Retexta the best in the world.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So you asked for any last words from me. Um, well, I've spent 1 hour, I think 13 minutes on this webinar where I've done a short slide, told you about different things, my experiences, my successes, my failures, my regrets, and how I want you not to repeat my mistakes but create better successes. All I'll tell you is you have heard me, I believe so. You have asked me questions, I've answered you. Make right choices. Make right choices. Make right choices. Don't listen to this webinar and then go back to releasing low quality content to using low quality tools because let me tell you the truth, it won't hurt me. It will hurt you first and it will hurt you the most. Imagine losing your KDP account you have built over the months, over the years, and just lose it in a blink because of a misleading content. That's something you are going to get to regret for a long time. I tell you, I still feel pains of my first account today because that was very, very painful. I don't want to repeat the same. So as I've advised you in this webinar, Retexta is something you need as a writer. No matter the niche of writing you're doing, Retexta can help you there. If you're a student, Retexta can help you get A if your supervisor plans to give you A. So that's all I'll say for this space. I hope to see you at the top. Remember, the texter always says, write smarter, not harder. Thank you very
I love the
much.
part. I love the part where you said Retexta can make you have an A if your lecturer wants to give you A. All right. Anyway, we've come to the end of the webinar. Thank you everyone for joining us up to this moment. It's so amazing to have you all on this webinar. And before we go, I'm going to drop a link on the screen now. So just type in that link very quickly and make sure you subscribe with that link. All right. Go to retexta.ai and become a user. Join us as we write smarter and not harder. Have a wonderful time, and we hope to see you next time.
Thank you.